What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, Warner Brothers, IGN, The Suicide Squad. I mean, there are different ways I've heard people approach this thing. Some people are like, good, I'm glad Warner Brothers didn't give them a code. Some people are like, everybody should get a code because it doesn't matter. And I'm just going to say karma is a BI. You know, if you act a certain way, don't expect it to not come back at you at one point or another. In equal amounts and in kind, who knows? But the problem with what IGN did, it's not so much that, oh, they didn't get the code, right? I mean, a lot of people didn't get the code. And that's telling to the quality of the game. Is there an issue with the game? Who knows? Probably. I've seen Fratanga's video on it, and I've seen the Harley Quinn Batman thing, and I'm like, okay. And he went into the whole Kevin Conroy thing, rip. But, you know, that's not what I'm talking about. When IGN posted, oh, we didn't get a review code, so we can't do the review in time, so we're just gonna have to wait, thanks, or whatever they said. That's paraphrasing, but the fact that they had the fact that they posted that shows a little bit of, I don't know, a privilege that they feel that they have, being, I guess, the #1 video game site, right? And I'm like, you can easily be usurped by a number of people. You can easily be taken down. Watch it. You know, I mean, look, I don't go to IGN at all. Last time I went to IGN, I think it was for a guide, and it was a long time ago. But I don't like, when I look for a guide or something, I'm like, man, I'm stuck on this, because I was stuck in Cocoon, right? I was like, how do I, you know, it's a simple puzzle game, but I'm like, I don't have time to use my brain right now. So how do I get past this stupid thing? And so I went to some other place that had a walkthrough. I think it was like on YouTube or something. I just watched the YouTube walkthrough, which is better than IGN. Just saying. And, you know, it's the arrogance. I don't know what it is. And it seems that, like, I keep hearing that, like, Sony puts a lot of puts a lot of ad revenue into IGN, the site. So it's like, okay, so they're literally a client and they're reviewing. There's a conflict of interest here. And Jeff Gerstmann got fired for not playing into the conflict of interest. He reviewed, I believe it was Kane & Lynch, I think, 2, or maybe just the first one. And he gave it like a 7 or something. He gave it a whack score. And at the same time, GameSpot, yeah, I think that's what it was. They had ads of the game up. And so they fired him because he gave it a bad review. Right? I'm like, that's your marketing department, and your ad stuff is separate from your reviews people. That's not the same. If it is the same, then your site is useless, because anybody could come in and pay for a good review. And that is what IGN has become. They've become a Sony haven because they're taking ad revenue from PlayStation. I think it's 30-40% percentage of their monies is from PlayStation ad revenue, excuse me. And so I'm like, how is that even? How's that work? How are we taking these reviews seriously when they're getting paid by one of the competitors? If all of them paid the equal amount, that's totally different. Then Sony would have no leverage over them. But since I guess Sony may be the only ones, they have leverage. And it's like, yo, if you don't give our games a good score, we're going to stop buying ads on your site. That's the bottom line. I mean, it's black and white straight in front of our faces. And Nobody's saying nothing. I mean, I was listening to Boomstick today, and that's basically what he said. And so I was like, yeah, he's right. But I mean, I'm not even like really talking about that. I mean, that's just a correlation as far as that goes. But WB not giving IGN a code is their prerogative, because whatever the reasons are, probably because the game isn't where they need it to be or want it to be or whatever. And some people are taking it as, oh, well, this is what IGN gets for giving all these other games bad scores and blah, blah, blah. And while that may be true, it still behooves IGN to play fair, because the conversation soon changed to, I don't think Microsoft Xbox should give IGN any review codes for Senua Saga, Hellblade 2. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I mean, I can see that point. I can see the point. Like, the fact that they're the biggest, like, video game site is powerful. But at the same time, IGN is cutting off their own legs, whatever the analogy is. Because without the hits to their site, they don't get paid. They need traffic, right? So if a game like Hellblade 2 comes out and it's a ginormous success, biggest game ever, and they don't get review copies, nobody's gonna go to IGN for Hellblade news. I mean, they're gonna write some articles about Hellblade or how they didn't get the review code, but they won't have that early hit. The IGN first, they won't have that because they burned too many bridges. And so I'm like on both sides. I'm like, look, would it hurt Microsoft to say, F IGN, we're not playing this no more, y'all go kick rocks? I don't think so. I don't think they need IGN, and that's the thing. All these devs and all these companies think they need IGN. They don't. Palworld had zero freaking advertising, zero marketing. It's the biggest game right now. It's the biggest game. If your game is good enough, you don't need to market. People will market it for you for free. And so Sony buying all this marketing shows me that they have little confidence in the power of their games standalone. They need to do all these things that are traditional in order to get people to look at our game. But I mean, obviously that's no longer working because it costs too much. It costs too much to market it, costs too much to make the game. But the Hellblade angle, that would be a good experiment. If they said, no, IGN, you don't get one, but everybody else does, or they ask, who's gonna review it? Who's reviewing that one? That's what they should do. Like, who's gonna review it? And then we'll decide whether or not you get one. Because honestly, Microsoft has all the power. They don't think they do, because my IGN, like I said, is such a big site. But all you need is the right viral marketing. All you need is a couple of streamers to boom, 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 and it's better than IGN. And that's what they were trying to do with the Mixer thing and trying to get what's his name, Ninja and stuff. It's admirable, but I think they approached it a little bit ass backwards. And so they have the opportunity to do other things, to go other avenues, because the fact of the matter is IGN is an old ass dinosaur of a site. The model is old. Who goes to websites anymore? You just go to YouTube or to TikTok. We don't go to websites. Like I said, I only went there for a guide. But I'm not going there to read articles. No. Because for the most part, they're probably written by AI. Knowing IGN. Or the actual authors themselves are going to chat GPT it up and like automate it. And so like, I did it. There you go. Make their jobs easier. Anyway, getting off track. Like I said, I'm of two minds, but ultimately I think they should try. I think they should say, you know what, screw IGN. You're not getting this, you're not getting that. Let's call it a case-by-case basis based off of your behavior. You know, we're not going to reward you for bad behavior. And it's not like, oh, we're doing it because you're going to give it a low score. If you're going to give it a low score anyway, why should you get it early? Right? Why should we treat you better than people who would honestly review the game? You know, that's how I feel, because it's like, if you have a bias against Xbox, then you're already taking points off. That's not an honest review. That's not an objective review. It's biased. It's a subjective review. And honestly, I don't think anybody wants a subjective review, especially when it comes to something that's against you. You know, that's not what it is. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not too concerned about it. You know, the game's gonna be fire, so whatever their review is, it doesn't matter to me anyway, because I don't base my playing game choices based off of IGN's review. Never have and never will. So it's on Xbox to give us a marketing campaign, like show me a commercial, like, yo, I want to play that. I mean, I already want to play it because I've seen the game. So, but you know, for the casuals and for the broader audience, they need to come up with some marketing that'll get people in, and that's what's up. But anyway, I appreciate you hanging out. Like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Warner Brothers smacking IGN around, telling them what's up. I know that's not what it was, but you know, I just like saying it. I like putting it that way because it seems more detrimental to IGN's whatever. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Till the way.